Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of ISR's Family Feud. I'm here today with two lovely families. Joining us, we have the Thompsons. And bringing it up, we have the Perrys. So as is tradition in this Family Feud, we're going to introduce the families, then we get started into the first round. So, Thompsons, Nick, could you introduce your family for me?
Sure thing. My name is Nick. I work here at ISR in HR, and here we have my sister Tara, who works up in the director's office. We have Vivian over in surveys of consumers, Eula and CPS, and Yelena in communications.
Awesome. Welcome, Thompsons. And of course, Mary, can you introduce the Perrys?
I sure can, Abe. I have my distant sister, Terry, who is also a project manager like myself over in ICPSR. I have my cousin, Sherry. My mom, Carrie. And our great uncle, Barry.
Awesome. So welcome, Perrys, and welcome, Thompsons. My name is Abe Israel. I'll be your host for this evening, and let's get it started. So I'm welcoming Nick and Mary to the table. That was the first test. So, as you know, ISR is known for social research, and that means all of these questions are statistically significant. Of course. Okay, so you know the rules: no fighting, no biting, no beating up each other. Okay, so we surveyed 100 people, and the first question that we have is, name an activity David Lamb might do in retirement. Nick.
Hiking.
Service ed. Sorry, Nick. Sorry. Mary, name an activity that David Lamb might do in retirement.
Travel.
Service ed. We're gonna play. All right. Thank you, Nick. So, Terry, have you ever traveled before, Terry?
I have indeed.
You have traveled. So you know David Lamb. You know him personally?
Not personally.
But do you have an idea of what activity David Lamb might do in retirement?
I think he will do some reading while he's on the plane.
Ooh, reading, service ed. He's not going to do any reading. Sorry. All right, Sherry, name an activity David Lamb might do in retirement.
I don't know him, but judging by the roof there, I'm going to say he might do some gardening.
Gardening. Service ed. No gardening. But it is a nice roof. Okay. Final answer, Carrie. You're gonna save it for your team, the Perrys. Name an activity David Lamb might do in retirement.
Research.
Survey said. Oh. All right, Thompsons, you have a chance to steal. So, you ready, Tara?
I'm ready.
I think you know David very well.
I do know David very well.
So, name an activity David Lamb might do in retirement. 10 seconds.
Skiing.
Survey said. Oh!
All right, people. I don't even know where to start here with this Family Feud nonsense. First of all, who's actually out there doing these interviews? Do we have professional, hardworking, trained interviewers calling people on the phone or talking to people face to face? Or do we have second graders walking around with clipboards asking these questions to people in their neighborhoods? And for that matter, what target population are we talking about with these questions? I mean, are we talking about America? Or are we talking about little Bobby's cul-de-sac? I really don't know. And what methods are being used to ask these questions? Are we talking about standardized interviewing, like our little Bobby and little Alice asking these questions in the same way? Or are they each doing their own thing when they collect these data? Like, nobody really knows what's happening here. And then you hear these numbers. You hear 46 people saying that in the shower is their answer. What does that even mean? Are they using weights? Were these probability samples? Are those weighted counts? I know they're not simple random samples because nobody's doing simple random samples, so they better be using weights. And then you just see a number. You see 46 out of 100. How do we know what the margin of error is? You never see a margin of error on Family Feud. You don't know if it's 46 plus or minus 10 or 20 or 30. You just have no idea. And then what about the non-response bias, right? I mean, we don't know who's actually participating in that survey request, who's not participating. I mean, have these people ever heard of responsive survey design? And what about sequential mixed mode? Is that what they're doing when they collect these data? Have they ever heard of the Cooper coefficient for that matter? I mean, what are we doing here? This is all ServMeth 600 stuff. And who hasn't taken ServMeth 600 at this point? I mean, it's just not acceptable. You know what? I'm gonna go where you can go to have your voice heard about these matters, just so everybody hears about it. Twitter. What I'm gonna do, as soon as I open up Twitter here, is I'm gonna say, hey @Family Feud, nice methods. Hashtag sad. Tweet. This just has to stop. It's not acceptable, people.
Join us again next